Okay, today I wanted to talk about, kind of address the statement, I do not have time for training. When I hear someone say that to me, it tells me a couple of different things. First, that they don't understand time, and second, that they have some misconceptions about training and what it is, okay? First, I want to straighten you out. Fact, okay? Time, it's universal. It's the same for everybody. Seconds, minutes, hours, they all add up to the same. They're measured the same. America, Europe, Asia, poor people, wealthy people, old people, young people, same. Your restaurant, the competing restaurant nearby, same amount of time, okay? 2, okay? Your toughest competitors are managing their time to include training. I can assure you of that, okay? Successful businesses train. Now, part of the misconception about training is that it's like a boot camp. You have to break people down to build them up. Not true, okay? That it's some kind of claustrophobic classroom environment. In hospitality, hardly. Probably the wrong way to do it. Maybe there's a thing or two that might be classroom appropriate, but that's the exception to the rule. The dreaded workout doesn't have to be dreaded. It's a workout. And certainly if this tells me that you haven't been doing training or that you haven't been doing it very well. So you're going to bring the training into the business culture. Now, that change is, there's going to be some trial and error, there's going to be some growing pains, and it's just like any discipline or any working out. You're going to have some sore muscles, there's going to be some discomfort, and you're going to get some pushback from your staff. But once you figure out and improve, get rid of the bad stuff, do more of the good stuff, and become very good at training, the better the training, the better the results. The better the results, the more return you get from them, and the more addicted you get to those good results. Okay, so it's like anything else. It's a discipline. So it's a workout. I got it. Boring? Doesn't have to be. Depends upon how you deliver it and what the content is. Unnecessary? I can assure you that it's necessary. Your competition's definitely doing it, and it's the only way to grow. It's the only way to improve on what you do. Time consuming? Of course it is. But this is the kind of time that there's a return on the investment of that time and the mental energy, the preparation, it all comes back to you, okay? And training doesn't happen in some scheduled workout time where it consumes time that would otherwise be spent on some money-making or some more important activity. Training needs to be woven into the culture completely, at every standpoint. Managers should be training every moment they're in sight of the employees, by example, and how they carry themselves, how they're groomed, the words they use, the respect with which they treat the other employees, the hospitality that they deliver to the guests, the attention to detail that they bring to the work that they do. That's how they train, by example. And pre-shift. There should be a pre-shift meeting before the start of every shift. The manager should give that. And his attitude, and his engagement, and his just joie de vivre. I mean, that's exactly what he needs to do, or she needs to do, in order to train the employees as to how they should be with their attitude and their engagement, okay? You want results, it should be meaningful, okay? And it can be meaningful. Employees want meaning in their work and at their work, okay? And training can help answer that question. Fun? Of course. Make it fun. It can be fun. This business has a lot more opportunities to be fun than making microchips or something like that. Take advantage of it. Effective. Okay? You want to be strategic in the training and say, okay, I'm training you to get better at this. Define this. Okay? Set a baseline for it. Create a metric to measure it. Set a goal to move the baseline to. And then over the course of time, follow it and report to those people who underwent the training as to how effective it was. Satisfying, fulfilling, and valuable. These three go all together. Lucrative and valuable go together as well. But satisfying, it has to be something where someone says, I made this investment of my time and my attention and energy, and I'm happy that I did. I'm better at what I do. My expertise level was here, and now it's here. I am more valuable, okay? Fulfilling. It's the same type of fulfillment that comes with any job well done. You want to make sure that the training in and of itself is fulfilling. Give a certificate. At least, at the very least, have a beginning that outlines exactly where you're going with the training, and have an ending that thanks them and congratulates them for completing it. Okay? Lucrative. Whether you're a business owner who's trying to make a bigger bottom line, or whether you're a server or a bartender who's trying to improve their daily tips. Training is absolutely lucrative. Musts for the content. It should be comprehensive. Make sure that your employees they know how to swing every club in their bag. They can deal with as many situations as makes sense to include in the training, and the more the better, okay? It must be relevant, okay? It can be about wine, but it can't be about just wine. It has to be about the wine that you sell on your wine list. Food has to be, you can talk about food and raw materials and cooking, but as it relates to the items that are on your menu. It has to be accurate. You're building trust in your employees and for them to build trust in your guests. So ultimately, trust is founded upon the fact that people genuinely think that you genuinely care about them and believe that you know what you're doing. Now, the accuracy of your information is the foundation of them believing that you know what you're doing. Make sure it's accurate. Current, okay? I can't tell you how many times, whether it's a website or collateral material, training materials or whatever, it's 1 or 3 or 5 years out of date. You want to keep it current. It's like perishable food. The fresher, the better. Interesting. Of course it has to be interesting. You have to make it so that it captures the interests of the people that you're training, so that they can buy into it, so that they believe it. They make it part of their belief system and absorb it and make it part of how they do business. And they're your evangelists. They take your message tableside. They take your message into the production environment and incorporate it into their work. It has to be empowering. Ties into these fulfilling, satisfying. They have to believe that they've made an investment and it's made them better. They have more confidence in doing their job. They have more strength and belief in themselves, because now that those things that they've struggled with in the past or had difficulty navigating in the past, they get it now. And they feel confident, and they're going to go into it. And with that newfound confidence and the training that you've delivered, they're going to be successful. Okay? End this with a quick story. Tom Peters writes the iconic book, 7 Habits of Successful People. Whatever the title was. Tom Peters' 7 Habits. Anyway, the 7th habit is sharpening the saw. Okay? And so in this, he starts the chapter out with a little story. And it's about a guy who walks up and he sees this guy sawing this tree, and he's sweating, he's working his guts out to saw this tree down with a rather dull saw. And the guy says, why don't you take a break and sharpen the saw? And the guy's like, I don't have time. I'm sawing this tree down. Okay? Please, realize the importance of training. Change your mental paradigm about time and what training is, and incorporate it into your daily efforts.